guys, this is Grim. Today's tutorial is about creating a website from scratch. So basically, upon my journey in creating a website, I was not sure where to start. I'm not an HTML programmer, so I've heard a lot about WordPress and how easy it is to maintain, and a lot of companies use it. So I just went on a journey and try to create a WordPress website. And what you see right in front here is actually a sample theme from the WordPress directory, which you can just download for free. So that's the thing we're actually going to work on today. So we're moving towards some sort of a layout like this, based upon a standard free theme of WordPress. So first, we have to buy some web hosting, and we have to buy a domain name and register it in order to start working on it. So I chose ipbytes.nl as my web hosting company, and I registered a new domain name that's called bluepine.nl. So while buying that web hosting account and registering a domain name with them, they're already linked together. So what you see right here is the administration software that I got. I received an email from them stating where I can just manage my own web hosting account. So basically what you see here is all the features that you have normally in order to manage your own web hosting account. So from everything to do with files, creating databases, setting all your domains or extra domains or add-on domains or whatever, and you can just create everything with regards to email on that. And there's some couple of other features over here. I'm not going to discuss them all right now. I just want to show you how to set up a basic WordPress website and what do you need for it. So similar to this kind of software, cPanel, you have lots of other kinds of software which is normally being used by web hosting providers in order to manage your own web hosting account. So that could be, well, in this case, cPanel, that could be Plesk, that could be Direct Admin, or they even could use their own kind of software which they've written their own. Well, we're actually going to use cPanel for this. So basically it's a complete empty account right now. So we're going to start up with creating an Ftp account, because we need the software that we're going to download later on. We need to upload it into this web hosting account in order to get WordPress up and running. So that's what we're going to start with. So we click the Ftp button. Now we need to create an Ftp user. So I'm just going to use test user at bluepine.nl. Then my password, well, I'm not a magician in creating passwords normally, so I'm going to use the password generator button that's over down here. It's going to generate a password for me. Now I'm going to copy and paste it to my own notepad, because otherwise I'm lost later on. So done that. I've copied this password in a safe place. Well, that's what I just did. So I'm going to use the password now. Okay, so here we have it. Then for the standard folder for that user, we're not going to use the one that cPanel created themselves. We're just going to get rid of that, and we're going to just use home bluepine, and that's it. There's some quota that we can use on that actual folder, but I'm just going to leave it as standard as is. So I'm going to create that Ftp account. Okay, well, that was it for the Ftp account. We're going to go back to the main cPanel screen by clicking the home button. Next in line is creating an SQL database. So all the text snippets and the images and all the other media that you're going to upload on your website later on is going to get stored, and it's going to get stored in a database. So we're going to create one. We're going to click the MySQL Databases button. And then we're gonna go create a new database. Okay, bluepine underscore, let's call it WordPress. So we're gonna create a new database that's called bluepine underscore WordPress. We're gonna create database. We successfully finished the creation of the database, so we need to go back to the MySQL screen again. Now we've created the database, but we don't have any users to access the database yet. So we're going to go down here and we're going to add new user. So we're going to add a username that's called bluepine_, and we're just going to use WordPress again. Although you're not allowed to use as much characters as you like, so it's going to cut off at WordPress instead of WordPress. That's not a big deal. So we're going to create another password again. So we're going to use a password generator. Now I'm going to copy and paste the password. So I've done that. I've copied this password in a safe place. I'm going to use this password. Okay. Create user. Now you can see that we have created a user and created a database now. So the final thing that we need to add the user that we just created to the database that we just created. So we're going to use the function at the bottom of the screen. So add user to database. So the bluepine WordPress we're going to use against the database bluepine WordPress. So we're going to just push add over here. Now the system is asking what kind of privileges do you want the user to have on the database. Well, just to make it easy, we're going to just click all privileges and make changes. Now you can see that we have created the database, we've created the user, and we've set the actual access rights in order for the user to access the database. So that's it for the database part. Now the last thing is that we need to create an email account. So here we are, the create email account screen. The email account that I'm going to create is the info address. So I'm just going to put down info@bluepine.nl. Then I'm going to create a password as well. Just password generator. Then copy and generate password, copy. So I use password. Okay, that's it. I'm going to copy it into my notepad form, so I have that as well. So I'm not going to change any quota, that's quite standard. I'm not going to change anything with send welcome email, just let it as standard as it is, and then going to click create account. So now you can see that I've created an info account at bluepine.nl with a standard quota and everything else. There's nothing else I need to do here right now. I'm going to get back to the home screen. So actually we've done the FTP, we've done the Sql database, and we've did set up an email account. So that's basically it for this point in time. We need to go on and get an FTP application in order to upload the actual WordPress files. I will do that later on.